Is there sound now? Let me know if you can hear anything. Yes? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hello, Lalana. I hope I said that right. I forgot I used my microphone and you have to click it. It's been a while since I've used StreamYard. And I was just saying, hopefully things go better than last week, but hopefully that's the only oops we'll have for tonight. I was saying, if you happen to see any inappropriate comments or any weirdness, please let me know. La Lena. Okay, thank you for spelling it out phonetically. Appreciate it. But yes, if you see any inappropriate comments or things we shouldn't have, if I don't catch them, just let me know, please, because I couldn't make anybody an admin. I was going to make my husband an admin, a moderator for StreamYard, like I have with my other StreamYard amongst other friends. And it won't let me do that anymore unless I pay for a service. So it's just me being wearing every hat. And I have got Barnyard here that I am trying to deal with. Hello from Florida. Hello, Mary. I see you were even cold. Friends, we are. Not only is it freezing cold here, we have had so much snow, like so many blizzards. And guess what we're under a warning for starting tomorrow morning until 7 o'clock the next day morning. Yeah, we're in for another big blizzard. I knew it. I warned everyone. I told my husband. I told everybody. It has been 5 or 6 years since we've had a really true winter here. And I knew it was coming. I just knew it. And I was right. So, oh, Peterborough. Oh, Marnie, you're just down the road from us. Yeah, I could live without yarn barf too. This is my fault because I had frog something earlier and I should have wrapped it up. And all I did was just set it down while I went to fix supper. And somehow, while it sat there, it tangled itself all up into yarn barf. It's an absolute mystery to me how that happens. It literally just sat there. Nobody touched it. It didn't do anything and it turned into this. Now I got to take time out from crocheting to fix it. But anyway, I wanted to debut. I finished my sweater. Let me stand up so you guys can see it. I am so happy with it. There's the back. I'm so happy with it. I definitely will be making this again. The yarn, yeah, exactly. Yarn gremlins. That is totally what happened. Upstate. Whereabouts in Canada are you coming in June? Because we're a big place. But oh my goodness. But yeah, so I finished it. I'm really happy with it. It's a hexagon cardigan. Great job. I love it. Thank you so much. I do too. I'm so happy with it. It turned out. I love the colors. I'll be wearing it for the next few weeks. I am going to make one with just regular yarn, number 4. I'm thinking about trying one with cotton too, to use it for summer to see, because even in the evening sometimes it gets cool here, even in, I was going to say July, but it really depends where you are in July in the evenings. But yeah, I'm thinking about making one in cotton. So I purchased a filing box. Oh, awesome. I'm loving it. And I'm actually doing really good. When I take a pattern out and I'm done, I have been putting them back. And I printed off a few more patterns to add because I don't have 1,000 of them already. But yeah, I'm really liking that. I wish I'd thought of it sooner. It's so much better than having a bunch of binders. Toronto. Well, that's about 2 hours from us, give or take on the traffic. Some days it's 5 or 6 hours from us, depending on the traffic. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to set this aside and we're going to work on this. So yeah, so we're in for another blizzard tomorrow. Just crazy blizzard. My plans are to basically crochet all day. It's been a rough week. I don't know if any of you, so far I keep my notebook. I don't have many. I didn't either and then I got way too much of it. I wouldn't have thought it wasn't free. Well, I'm glad it helped you. I'm so glad you liked it. For you, if anyone knows, if you've seen any of my videos, I don't know if he was in a lot of them, but we have 2 dogs. We have our Lily Bug, who you've all seen many, many times. She sticks to me like glue. She's actually playing ball out in the living room with my husband right now, keeping her busy. And then we had our Puggy boy, our pug, who on my birthday in November was diagnosed with diabetes. And I knew it. I knew there was something wrong, and I had a feeling it was diabetes when we took him to the vet. And hello, Wendy. My sister-in-law is Wendy. That's will be easy to remember. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. The Thrifty Crocheter, thank you for coming in. Ooh, we got 13 so far. This is awesome. Anyway, yeah, so he got diagnosed with diabetes in November, and he seemed to do really well for about a month. And then right before Christmas, we took him to the vet again, and she thought he was doing okay. I mean, I'm not going to say everything that I thought about that visit, but she thought he was doing okay, and we were doing a great job and to keep it up. And then right after Christmas, these last 2 weeks especially, he has just gone downhill, right downhill. He lost so much weight, which, I mean, it's not like he was thin, but he was eating more than ever, and he was drinking water every 20 minutes. My husband was not sleeping because he was getting up every hour to come downstairs to let him out, and we still weren't catching all the accidents. And he really went downhill. And yesterday we had to send him to the Rainbow Bridge. So it's been really rough, really rough. The kids have taken it very hard. Puggy was their first dog. The house feels weird today without him. And it sucked. There's no other word for it. It sucked. And yeah. And it was in a blizzard. We had already had the appointment, and we knew we couldn't postpone it because it was hard enough making that appointment. And yeah, we had an absolute blizzard here yesterday. We got like another foot of snow. There were times we couldn't even see the road coming home. But we're just waiting for for him to come home in his urn. And yeah, so I've just kind of been crocheting all day. Just kind of, crochet is my therapy. It's my coping mechanism. It's whatever you want to call it. So it's hard. It is really hard, especially when you have to make the decision. And he also had Lyme disease, which looked like that might have been rearing its ugly head. It was in remission for a long time, but I think that has come back. He was definitely in kidney failure. Absolutely. Like his kidneys were failing him. And when I was petting him and holding him yesterday, he had 3 lumps under his arm that were not there 3 days ago. So I know we did the best thing for him, but like we told the kids, just because we know it's the best thing doesn't mean it's the easy thing. And my husband said if it should be easy, then you shouldn't have a dog, which is true. So yeah, so that's what was going on here today. Just trying to deal with it and trying to heal my kids' broken heart. That's honestly one of the hardest parts, is seeing how heartbroken they are. Even Lily's acting. They didn't interact a lot. Lily, he was already 10 when we got Lily, but they interacted enough. They usually played once in the morning. That was about all Pug had in him for, to play. And they occasionally would sleep together. But even she's realizing, hey, there's nobody else beside me when we have my breakfast or my supper this morning. So yeah, it stinks. Yeah, we're huge animal lovers too. And honestly, having Lilybug is helped. It really helps heal your heart, to have another dog here. And she knows, like, she's been even extra clingy to me, like knowing that Mama's sad. So yeah, we knew it was coming. We were just hoping to get through Christmas, and we did. We were able to get through Christmas, but yeah, so yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And Mary, I'm so sorry. I know when my dad passed away September 24, very suddenly and unexpectedly. And I think that's the other thing that's hard, because this is bringing up a lot of that grief too. My dad passing was the first time my children lost anyone, close to them and stuff. And it kind of brings up a lot of the same feelings, because we're still dealing with my dad's loss. his dog was just for a few months, his little, because it was my father's, the little Yorkie, he was just devastated. He kept looking for him and everything. My nephew has him now. It was too much for my mom. Too much for my mom to deal with everything she was dealing with and try to deal with. And technically, it was my nephew's dog. But you know how that goes. You know how it goes. So he's doing a lot better. You know, he's living in Florida and he's doing a lot better. But yeah, they grieve. They grieve just like we do. Oh, but I am sorry. I'm sorry for the loss of your husband and for the dog. Puggy was my cancer buddy. When I was going through my battles, he knew what days I was not doing well, and he would crawl up on the couch or the bed with me, and he'd either lay his head on my leg or right up on my hip and just keep an eye out. And he would always lay down with me. He knew when I wasn't feeling well and was having a rough time. And yeah, he was there through all of them. And he really was my cancer buddy when I was sick. So I just wish dogs lived longer. Spirit bear, yeah. Okay, yarn barf is almost done. My goodness, it's just not. So I also finished Aiden's sweater that I was making him for Christmas. I finally got that done. So I got all that done during the snowstorm we had, not yesterday's obviously, but it was already done. A couple of the one before that, I was able to finish them all. So this was with that Karen Kate Christmas anniversary edition they put out. The only one I really even liked. I just did not care for the other colors. Did not say Christmas to me at all. And it's really bulky weight. So I'm definitely going to make one with, like I said, cotton and I think 4-weight acrylic. And because I'd like to make some with like tapered sleeves. So, oh, that is so cool, Mary. Hi, Roseanne. Yes, I was just saying I was debating about changing Tuesday because this is my only second one. I've gone live on this channel anyway. I've gone live many, many times on my other channel, but it's been a while. Because I see a lot of people go live Tuesdays in the crochet community, and I'm wondering if I should change my day. It's hard because I put a video out Tuesdays on my Bucket List Homestead channel. I'm trying to do 2 videos a week on this channel. So there's one coming out tomorrow, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to see it. It's my honest review of the new Bernat Fab yarn. So, and that's part of the yarn haul, my last yarn haul that I got at the end of December. So that's coming. And it's going to be a premiere. So I'll be in the chat with all of you while that is premiering. Playing. I'll be in the chat with all of you because I'm really curious to see what you all think. So I have that come out on Wednesday. And then, of course, I have one come out on Saturdays. So I'm thinking about doing a lot, changing my lives to Thursdays. I don't know. Like I said, where this is only my second one, I feel like it's okay to change it. I'll just have to change it to Thursdays. Sip and stitch, I think I call it, or stitch and sip. I can't remember now. Speaking of which, I'm going to have a sip of tea. It's cold out here. I got the fireplace going quite high. It's cold. It got very cold here the last couple of days. Mary Beth, absolutely, dogs know. We, when I was going through one of my battles of cancer, one of the ladies had breast cancer, and it was her dog who discovered the breast cancer. He just would not leave her alone. He kept going at her one breast and pawing at it and sniffing it and nudging it, wouldn't stop. And it started to get sore, and she went to her doctor, and she had breast cancer. So they actually have dogs that can smell certain cancers. So I believe it. I absolutely do believe they know. So I just want to make sure I haven't missed anybody. Oh, now I have a knot. Lynn, I don't know how this happens. I just set it down for a second. Okay. Wow, that is a tiny, tiny knot. See if I can use my darning needle. So yeah, so sorry, I'm all over the place. So now, yeah, so I did finish Aiden's sweater. He loves it. I'm so happy he likes it. It turned out, I think, pretty good. I'm trying, it should be in Saturday's video. I'm just trying to get him to try it on so I can take a quick video for you all and add it to that video on Saturday so you can see it in a little clip. I'm working on a fun video for next Tuesday that I started today. That one's been a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun with this channel. I really, really am. And it's not that I don't like my other channel, Bucket List Homestead. There's a shameless little plug. It's not that I don't love that one. And that one has been growing this month. After almost 2 years of practically not any growth, all of a sudden it's taken off. So I am so fortunate. And you all rock on this channel. I'm almost at my 4,000 watch hours. I needed like less than 700, I think, at the start of today. And I'm almost at 1,400 subscribers. Like every day, it just boom, 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 just keeps going up. So thank you all so much. I love it. I'm enjoying doing it. I have so many video ideas that I want to make for this channel. And I just, you know, it's really helped invigorate my love for crochet because I love it. I love crocheting. It has brought me so much happiness the last few years. I love it. Truthfully, I wish I knew how to do it when my children were little. I'm trying to get this knot out. It's not giving me. Oh, here we go. It's so cold out here. My tea is cold already, so I think I'm just going to call my husband in to ask him if he'll heat that back up for me. Oh, I think I got that knot. After all, yeah. Yep. Dun, dun, dun. So, are you all working on anything right now? Are you working while we're sitting here chatting? Let me know. I'd love to know if you're actually crocheting while we're in this live. I bought a new yarn winder. Not brand new. It's new to me. A friend of mine picked some up at an auction and she didn't need them all. So I bought it off of her. And it's an extra winding one. And it has different ways of keeping the yarn in. I'm loving it. I have been caking so many balls of yarn that have needed it. I thought about just sitting here and caking up some yarn with y'all, but after everything that happened yesterday, I didn't get to some of the things, and that desk over there is a little bit messy, and I just didn't get to it today. So maybe next week we'll do that. Dun, dun. Let me see what we're doing. I love crocheting. Me too. Absolutely love it. It is a wonderful hobby. I'm making a partial granny square cardigan. Awesome. I made one last year, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Working on a men's sweater at the moment. Oh, I just finished my son, so that is fun. Granny are more of a decoration than an actual cardigan. I seen a thing, was it last night, where somebody made granny square and sewed it on or made granny square bag or any bag, and then took one of the canvas bags like you can buy at Michael's and lined the granny square bag with them. I thought that was a great idea because my sewing skills, that's one thing I really hope to get better at this year is my sewing. They're not the greatest. And I thought that is a great way to line especially a crochet bag that is maybe a granny square because of the holes. I loved that idea. So I might have to try that. Oh, wonderful. Crocheting just came easier to me than knitting. Speaking of knitting, yeah, crochet, it just came easier to me than knitting. So I like it. And I find it's a lot easier on my wrist than knitting. Speaking of knitting, I have borrowed my friend Tasha's knitting machine because it's something I've been toying with about getting one. And she has several. And I borrowed her small one after she showed me how to use it last week. I got to say, so this is what I made. It's too big. I do have to sew it, which I will be. I made these ear warmers, this ear warmer, and I obviously went too long because that's one thing, like you kind of have to I guess there's patterns, maybe, not that I've been able to find, but I think I like my crochet ones better. I just, I don't know. I'm going to try a couple other things on it and see what I think. I'm glad I'm able to do this before I purchase one, because if it's not something I like, then I definitely will just forget about it and move on. But I think I like the look of my crochet ones better. I kind of like the look of crochet for a lot of things, or some things for knitting I think are better. But yeah, I'm not sure. Bum, bum, bum. Just made myself a cup of elderberry tea. Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. I have a cup every single day of my echinacea elderberry tea, just because there was so much going around and I just want to make sure I wasn't catching anything. So I hope you feel better. I am currently, knitting a seed stitch washcloth. Very cool. Working on a blanket. It's called Snuggle Blanket from Love MJ Designs. A couple of the patterns I just printed off were hers because I have a few of hers that I'm going to be making. I love her designs. I just do. They're easy to read. Her style, I would say, is very much like mine, so I like that. So yeah, I love MJ, and she's Canadian. I'm making a dishcloth a month, also a Afghan. Very cool. During the quarantine, I think a lot of people learned during 2020. It is easy to use. They can be finicky, and it seems like no matter what ones you buy, either expensive or the more budget friendly ones, they all seem to have the same. They'll skip stitches sometimes, so you have to be careful of that, which I'm not crazy about. Um, but it's quick. I mean, here, this is the small one that I borrowed from her, and it is quick. This is where you have to start, this black one, and it just turns, and that's easy peasy. If I end up liking it and think I'll keep it, I will make a video, so as somebody who's brand new to it, and seeing what we think of it. So yeah, I knew how to make. I learned how to knit. Oh my goodness. My friend taught me, my friend Natalie, who is a beautiful knitter. Like, wow. I just could never understood how she could do that. She taught me, and I was able to make my husband a scarf, and I could make baby booties like nothing knitting. But when I would get to the circular needles and try to start making blankets and stuff, I couldn't get it. And I found I couldn't sit and watch a movie with my husband at the time, because we didn't have kids then. I couldn't do it. I can with crocheting, but I couldn't knit and watch a movie because I needed to pay too much attention. Now, since she keeps telling me, since I've learned how to crochet and I've been doing it quite a while, she said I should try it again and see if I can pick it up. And I've thought about it. I have. There's just so many things I have that I want to make. I don't really know if I want to get into another one, because then that's more patterns. That's, knitting needles, which I have a ton of because I use them for amigurumi sticks, but still, yeah, I don't think I want to go down that. I did, however, just get myself a beginner embroidery kit off of Amazon. I shouldn't say just got. I got it a little while ago, and I'm going to try that, because that's something embroidery will help with your crocheting, because especially if you do amigurumi, there's different things, or even not, like different designs and shawls or blankets, and if you want to add those little details. So I want to up my embroidery game. So it's really cute. It's a set of 3, and they have everything printed, and you just basically have to follow the picture with the thread. So I'm really looking forward to starting that. The shawl I'm making is MJ's design. Okay, I bet. Yeah. Okay, good. I don't feel so bad because I can't either. Now, the knitting machine, I absolutely could sit out there with the knitting machine and watch a movie, but it gets a little loud, so I don't think everybody else would appreciate me using it while we were watching a movie. Well, it's I love seeing all of you who are crocheting while we're chatting because that's what this is. I did find a group to go to. Actually, there's several groups I found. So it's funny how I couldn't find any, and then all of a sudden I found 4 or 5. One meets Wednesday nights, but 6 to 8. And oh, like 6 to 8 this time of year, I don't really like going out. I just don't. I don't like the cold. It's so dark. Truthfully, I'm usually in my pajamas by now, but I don't have pajamas on for the live. But so there's that one. There's another one that's specifically a crochet group. The other ones are knit and crochet or any fiber art you want to do, you come to, you can bring and work on. It's just basically a gathering. And that it's fun. I'm glad I got out of my comfort zone and went last week. I just wasn't up to it today with losing Puggy Boy yesterday. So I end up having to cut that knot out. That's not coming out. So, but yeah, so, but this is what I want the lives to be like. Like we're just, sitting here, chatting and working on whatever project you want it to be working on. So I just purchased my first blocking board. Awesome. I definitely love blocking boards, especially when I'm making granny squares or dishcloths or, certain garments. I block my shawls when I make them. So there, now I can finally start crocheting. I'm making ear warmers. I also have my grocery bag down there on the floor that I want to finish. I used Bernat. What was that called? Bernat Maker Yarn. Wait, do I have it over here? I thought I put it over here, but now I don't see it. I think it's Bernat Maker Yarn. I love it. I love it. It is such nice yarn. Such nice yarn. And speaking of yarn, so I'm doing this challenge where I know I can't be realistic and probably go the whole year without buying yarn. I mean, it'd be great if I can, but especially if I start using everything, I'm eventually going to run out. I'm trying to go for as long as I can and really concentrate on the stash around me that I have. Every day for almost a week, I have been getting emails telling me about all the brand new yarns coming out. Like, seriously? Please stop. Like, there's so many new yarns, and some do look interesting. And I think I would maybe like to try them, but I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I'm going to go. I really want to see how far into 2026 I can go without buying yarn. So we shall see. I made a blocking board using styrofoam and a takeout chopsticks. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that is a good idea. Meets Wednesday, same hour, 6 to 8. I get off work at 3 and live 1 hour from town. I have nothing to do in town. I can't go. Yeah, it just, and the sad thing is that one is so close. It would take me maybe 5 minutes to get to it. It's just maybe 10, because it is, but it's very close. It's just, yucky hours. And then I found some others where they meet the first and third Wednesday of the month. And then there's another one that meets the first and third, or just the third Thursday of the month. I can't remember. No, I think that one meets twice too. Luckily, my friend Tasha goes to a lot of them, so she just lets me know if she's going, and she says it helps me going because it helps her get out too and go. So, I probably won't be going to any this week just because, like I said, it's just been a rough day yesterday. But I definitely plan on going back. And I know I can't. I probably won't be able to go the whole year. I really won't, especially when certain gift giving comes up or I need to make something for somebody. I probably, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and go as far as I can without buying any. I'm almost on a month. That doesn't sound like very big deal, but it is to me. Because it seemed like for a while there, I seemed like I was buying yarn. I think I bought yarn every month since September because when we helped my mom move from Florida back to Maine, and we stopped at like Hobby Lobbies and Michael's and this, just different places, I would pick yarn up. Walmart even had some yarn that I got. So yeah, I bought a lot there for a while, but hopefully I can get through it. And I saw, oh, see, this is why I need to write it down. I think I did write it down. I saw an idea for all these little balls of yarn that I have so many totes of that I need to figure out something with. I think I found something I might try doing with them. So that's pretty exciting. And we're almost through this month. Does anyone else feel like we should be in February already? I mean, I know I say this every January, but this January just seems to be dragging. I'm sure it's because of all the snow we've had, but it just seems to be dragging, just dragging. My downfall is the online yarn shopping. If I could only get yarn by having to go out and get it, I wouldn't buy nearly as much. But because, it's right here in your living room, you can buy it. And they're constantly sending me, oh, it's on sale. Or if you buy this, get 20% off. And I'm like, no, I just can't get over all the new yarns that came out in the last week or two. It's crazy. Like that's why I try not to keep up, because I can't. There's just too much new stuff. And so this isn't an ear warmer. This is a neck warmer. I'm just like, no, this wasn't, I lied. That wasn't. Yeah, it doesn't help that it's 5 weeks long. So that makes it long to begin with. And I mean, we say it every January, but this January, but then again, I was shocked to realize that next week is the last week of January. So I was like, oh, okay. But that means, this is where I was going with this thought. I'm so sorry. I do have ADHD and brain just squirrels sometimes. I was saying, because we are almost at the end of the month, to finish your thought, Lynn, I'll be able to fill my first ornament with the bits of yarn from all the things I made this month. The sweater, even though technically I started it in December, I'm still putting that in this month's ornament that I'm filling. An Aiden sweater, which again was supposed to be for Christmas, but I end up finishing it this month, so I'm counting it. I'm going to be putting all those in the first ornament and labeling the month, so that's fun. There's my first month down. Thank you. I often, to say to the family, I'll be talking and I'll go squirrel, because my brain is just totally, oh, something shiny. I'm going to just message my husband real quick to see if he can come and get me, heat up my tea for me so I don't have to leave. Just 1 second. I'm just going to mute this. Totally forgot I muted it because I was calling my husband. He's coming to get my tea so he can warm that up for me. But I'm sorry about the loss of your mom, but what a great gift. Thank you. To get all that yarn. Wow. That's a lot of yarn, a whole room dedicated. Love, yeah. It's just oh gosh. And I got misdiagnosed a long time. So over 300 skeins. That is crazy amount of yarn. Wow. That's a lot. Of course, Lily came, but I don't have any room in this chair for her to sit. See, I've already forgotten where I was. She was an avid knitter. Very cool. My mother will always say to me, she goes, where did you learn to do all this stuff? Like the homesteading and the crocheting and all this. She goes, like, where did you come from? Because I did not grow up with anybody in my family. Now, my grandmother and I, when I was 13, she and I took crochet lessons. together and had a lot of fun because it was something she always wanted to learn and never did. Thank you so much. That's my husband, David. You don't see him often in these videos at all. So yeah, I took classes with my grandmother when I think I was 13 or 14. And we did them for a while and we had a lot of fun. And I did make a scarf and I think pot holders then. And then the lady who was teaching it, something happened and she couldn't teach it anymore. And my grandmother and I kind of just, we didn't have anywhere else to go and it kind of stopped. And then I picked it up again and she was so happy I had. And I was able to make her and give her a few things before she passed in 2024. So, and now I have those things I made her. But yeah, my mother, where did you come from? Whose child are you? She'll say to me. See, here I was talking about Bernat Maker yarn. I don't even know if I finished my thought. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. And of course, it doesn't help that I'm doing something and talking. So I'm going to set this down for a second. The Bernat Maker yarn that I am making. Here, I'll hold it up. This is just freehand, my own pattern. Love this yarn. It is a dream to work with. It glides across your hook like a dream. It frogs so easily, no problems. It feels nice in your hands. I love it. That will be those two. It took two to make that. I have two more. Let me see if I can find them. Just one second. There it is. This Bernat Maker Splash. I have two in this color too, and I love this yarn. It has turned out to be a surprise. I think it's amazing. It can be pricey, so I definitely would wait till it goes on sale, which is when I bought this in December. It's beautiful yarn. I love it. It's just so much fun. I'm really anxious to see what else I can make with this. And it is, if I believe, it's partially 75% cotton, 25% nylon. I love it. And I have the Bernat Maker in just a solid teal too, but this is amazing. Absolutely love it. You said something about putting finished ornaments. Oh, I'll go grab one. Just one second. I say that, but uh-oh. Well, I lied. I can't go grab one because I think they're in the great big totes right now that are buried. But I bought clear plastic ornaments from Michael's after Christmas when they were like 75 or even 80% off. And each month I'm keeping all my little pieces I cut, little ends or whatever, and I'm keeping them in a container. And at the end of the month, I'm going to take all of them out of the container and shove them down into that ornament. And then I haven't decided how I'm going to label the ornament yet, with the month. And then I'm going to do that the whole year. And then in December, I will have 12. Well, I'll have 11 to start on my tree. And by the end of December, I'll have the 12th one to put out. And I'll be able to see everything. I'll have little pieces of whatever I made throughout this whole year. So this month, pieces of this sweater are going to go in that ornament. Pieces of Aiden's sweater is going to go in that ornament. I've made a bunch of dishcloths and face scrubbies that I'm trying out before I take them to Marketplace to see if they really work. And so far they are amazing. They are working really well. I'm using, what cotton is that? Something Bernat Splash or Suds or something. I can't remember. That will be coming up in a video. So I have little pieces of that, and that's what I'm going to do every month. I have a container up on my shelf that I can just put in all the pieces all month long in, and then I will shove them all down into the clear ornament. So I think it will be fun to have that at the end of the year. So it does have a little stretch. Oh, no, I guess a lot. It does seem to have, which is why I'm making the handles very short. Because in the past, I've made the handles way too long. And by the time we get to the vehicle, the bag is just touching the ground. So I am trying to make them as short as I can. And I think this is going to be an okay length. They're going to stretch a little bit, but I don't think as long. But I'm proud of myself. This is no pattern. I just picked up my hook and started going at my crochet group last week. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make another bag with the cherry color that I just showed you. If I do, I might make like farmers market bags where the holes are a little bit bigger but not too big, and you can maybe put the vegetables you're picking up or whatever. I haven't decided yet, but I definitely have enough left to finish the handle, because I have one more handle to make and I've already started it. And then I will maybe have just enough left to maybe make a dishcloth. And I'm curious to see if the nylon's going to affect them at all. But the face scrubbies and the dish scrubbies I've been making from that Bernat cotton. Let me go grab it. Oh, see? It's not Bernat. Yes, the balls are clear. They're clear plastic. The Dollar Tree, or at least our Dollar Tree, they still have a ton of them here, and they're 75 or 80% off. And they were $1.50 here because our Dollar Tree has been $1.50 for years. So at 80, 90% off, and our Dollar Tree is full of them still. So you can even get them there if your Michael's doesn't have any. But there's so many clear ornaments. They're just plastic clear ornaments, and the top can come off. You can shove things down in them, put the top back on. And yeah, I'm hoping I'll have a whole 12 to put on my tree. And if it works out, it might be something I do a lot going forward. I don't know. So yeah, I love bags too. I have way too many. So the thing I've been using this week, it's not Bernat. It's actually sugar and cream scrub off. I got this in the summer. This is not a yarn I can get here in stores. I definitely have to order this. I've never tried it before. So I hope you can see it's almost got like a terry cloth material with the cotton. And I bought these because I make reusable face scrubbies, dishcloths, dish scrubbies, and sell them at markets. And they're a pretty good seller. But I've never tried this, so I want to test them first. So I took one ball and I made it several, and I made us several things. And I am testing them. I have a couple in my bathroom right now as face scrubbies, and I cannot get over how soft my skin feels from using these. I have a larger one down in my kitchen that actually scrubbed the sourdough starter out of my jar. I don't know if anyone does sourdough. That stuff is like glue. It's paste. It is so hard to get those off without using like an SOS pad sometimes. And they have been working great on them. So I think this is a big yes, definitely. And you can just throw them in the wash is what I really like. So my hope is I can get at least, like, I'm thinking if I can get 5 made for myself, and then every 2 or 3 days that's usually how often I wash towels. I'll just throw them in with my towels. So 100% approve of this yarn. Lily's Sugar and Cream Scrub Off. Love it. And I have it in so many colors because I got this, I want to say it was $2 or less for this in the summer, because I think some of the colors were maybe discontinued. I don't know. But I've been using it in my stash by crocheting trivets. That's a great idea too. Yeah, I think that's actually on my list of things to do to use up some of my yarn. Oh, what did I lose? I lost my darning needle. Hold on. Come on. I should have that on my clipboard with the magnet. You're welcome. I use that for scrubbies. Yep. Yep. I do a lot of chapstick holders. I love them. I do sourdough. Okay. Honestly, this one here, if it works, I will write up a quick pattern and share it. It was simple. All I did was I just said, oh, that's about how wide I want it. I think it was 42 stitches. And then I did single crochet in 1 stitch. And I think it's half double. It's my favorite. I do that a lot with my own patterns of things. Like this neck warmer I'm doing, it's my own pattern. I like single, half double, and I call it the homestead stitch or farmhouse stitch. I don't know why. It just says that to me. And then I just went as wide as I wanted, made a second one, and figured out how to do the gusset myself to sew in. It really was not hard. I'm pretty I'm pretty proud of myself because I can't believe I said to my husband, I can't believe I made this last night when I showed him. He goes, I don't know why you're always so shocked. He says, he says, you always amaze me with what you can make, but he's my biggest fan. Like he's not always the most honest critic. That is good. Just black tea tonight. Didn't sleep well last night, so. That's a great idea. I had a sister-in-law who made a scrap blanket. It took her all year, and she just used all the scraps, and she just kept making it one giant granny square, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And she called that, she goes, this is the kind of blanket where it may not be pretty, but it's the one you want when you're not feeling well and you just want to curl up on your couch or bed and you want to have that blanket. And that's what she made. I just learned what frogging is. Okay. Honestly, I didn't know for years. I was like, what are they talking about? This frogging. What are they talking about? And then finally I realized it. But even my daughter, she said, Mama, why do they call it frogging? And I said, because you rip it out. And she's like, oh, that's terrible. I said, yeah, it really is. Oh. So, yeah. So this is my, I don't design patterns. I don't, because I just don't, I'm not putting myself one down when I say this. I just don't have the brain power to do it. I'm grateful so many people know how to do it, so we all can buy patterns or get patterns or whatever. But anything like, I might try it someday. I don't know. It's just not something. And I never think to write down what I'm doing. And then I'll go back and I'm like, I can't remember what it was I did. How many stitches did I do? So I really, really need to start. You have to be very disciplined to have that paper beside you and write down every single thing you're doing. And I know there's different YouTube videos that show you how to write patterns, but yeah, this is just, like I said, half double, single, half double, single, half double, single. And I'll show you how it looks. And I just call it my farmhouse stitch. I don't know why, I just do. My daughter did the I think you kind of have to. Oh my goodness. Oh. And just the comment, I gotta say, going back to what I was saying earlier, again, squirrel brain, how much I enjoy doing the crochet channel. I'm just loving it so much. And part of that is because, oh my goodness, you all, so many of you, their comments you have sent me have just been so amazing. And how that video I sent out about comparison being the thief of joy, which I was a nervous wreck to share because, well, like I said before in one of my videos, I'm always nervous to share most of my videos with you all because it's a very vulnerable thing to do, to put yourself out on the internet. And I do it in 2 channels. But I was nervous, and you all, it just resonated with so many of you. So it made me realize, okay, I was meant to share this video clearly because so many of you told me you needed to see this or you had been feeling the same way. And it's really just given me a boost on want to keep going and making this channel. And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it so much. And I'm not worrying about being the perfect editing or using all the special graphics. You know, I don't mind doing that occasionally because it is fun and it is another way of expression and being creative. I never thought I would like editing, and truth be told, 5 years ago, I had no idea how to even do any of it. Our son helped me start because he knew he was using Movavi editor in school in tech class. But he gave me the greatest compliment the other day. He said, I have gone above and beyond what he ever learned, and he has no idea half of what I'm doing anymore. So that was a really cool compliment for your 18-year-old son to give you. And I do enjoy it because it is another way to be creative. But I don't feel like I have to do that on this channel as much. I can just, you know, just let the video speak for itself. Just share what I'm sharing and just let it be. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really, really am. That's a pretty stitch. Thank you. And it's just simple. It's nothing, nothing crazy. I absolutely like it. Have we really been live for 51 minutes? It does not feel like it. Oh my goodness. That is so much fun. As I was saying, like my last video where I shared the crochet tips, again, you all have been loving that. And I love reading all your tips too. I've gotten some great ideas. I might end up having to make like another video down the road on even more tips and share some of the ones that I have received from this video. That has over 10,000 views, friends. 10,000 views. That is crazy for me. I am so grateful. So grateful. I just it boggles my mind. It really does. So, and I truly, when I say I'm appreciative that you pick one of my videos to watch, I am, because there's so many out there. I watch so many myself. I was thinking, is that a video you'd like to see about some suggestions of other crocheting YouTube channels to watch, or does everybody already know what to watch? Like, I honestly just started because I was watching primarily a lot of homesteading channels and some crafting channels and a few other ones Grace and I enjoy watching together. You know, it's kind of our little guilty pleasure to watch them open toys. Some people, I don't know why, but we just it's something we started doing during lockdown, and it gives her and I something to watch together. Like, we enjoy watching them together. It's our own guilty little pleasure, and we don't have to think. There's no drama. There's no politics. It's just fun. But a lot of crocheting channels I only just discovered, believe it or not, since I started my channel. All of a sudden, they're popping up everywhere since I started, which I'm sure that's because of the algorithm. And I discovered quite a few during Vlogmas this past year, where everybody, I've done Vlogmas a couple of years on my other channel. I did not do it this year. But yeah, I discovered a lot through that. And there's really some that I'm really enjoying. I really am. So time flies when you're having fun. It really does. It really does. I'm so glad you caught it too. And I was just saying earlier, when I think my microphone wasn't working, or it started working, I mentioned it. I have been considering about changing to Thursdays. I don't know. I got to think about it. I need to decide before next week, before I schedule next week's. But there's going to be one coming up that I'll probably be missing. And I'm not going to say any more about that because that's going to be a big secret that I'll be sharing in a little bit. But I might miss the first Tuesday in January, might be the first one I miss. So I'm just looking forward, because I'm waiting for March to come, because in March, we've already booked our hotel. My husband and I are going up overnight to Toronto, and we are going to go to the Knit City Toronto Fiber Art Show, I think is what it's all called. My friend Tasha has a booth there, and she has graciously and just so wonderful she was able to get free passes as long as people work at her table. And my husband and I told her, when her and her husband need a break, they want to go walk around themselves, they need to use the bathroom, they need to get lunch, whatever, we will go and give them relief so we can sit at her table for a bit and she can get a break. And she's like, Lynn, if you do that, I can give you some passes. I'm like, so like, I agreed to do it before I knew I got the passes. So I've told her any of the shows this year that we're at the same ones, just to let me know. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So the passes we get are free, and we're going to go for both days. And we managed to find a hotel that wasn't going to cost one of us selling a kidney to pay for it. Absolutely insane what they think, what Toronto wants for these hotels. It's just nuts. It ended up being about a 10-minute drive from the convention, but that's okay, because the ones that were closer, I'm not kidding you, 4 digits to stay overnight. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. No, there's no place in the world that I will pay that much for maybe 8 hours that we'll be sleeping and then gone the next morning to the rest of the day. I don't think so. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping to film as much as I can. That's the one I'm worried about, where I might buy some yarn. That's the one I'm worried about, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Typically, the yarn there tends to be a little bit more expensive. So it's not like I can buy a ton of it. So that is kind of going to be my saving grace. And there's a few others around here this year that I'm really hoping to get to. It's something I want to do, especially before we leave here and we move. So hopefully that happens this year. I really, really hope so. It's funny, you all, I haven't even shared on my other channel. Well, of course, I haven't gone live there, but I did start my filming because I film or in a pantry challenge every night. So I film every day for the week on my Bucket List Homestead channel, another shameless plug. I didn't even share in that video today about Puggy. I just didn't. I wasn't even sure if I was going to share it here tonight, but it kind of just popped out. And I haven't even shared that we are moving this year, really. Like, they kind of knew we're thinking of it, but I haven't really said anything. So you all on this channel are the first to know. And I know I have a few of you who are crossover on both channels, but yeah, you are the first to know about us. We hope, like we pray, we're praying that it works out and we can move. We definitely want to be closer to family and just enlarge our homesteading life. We want to grow more of our own food, beef, some turkeys, and oh, I miss my chickens. I haven't even announced I don't have my chickens anymore on that channel. I really don't think I have. So wow, I really got to do a catch-up video on that. I've been so busy with the pantry challenge over on that channel. I just haven't had a chance to talk about anything else. So, and this is what happens when you're live and you're just start talking about things. So I'm hoping I can get this neck warmer done while we're chatting. So yeah, so there's a video coming out tomorrow. Just to remind everybody, it is a premiere video, which means I'll be in the chat with all you while it comes on. I'm really looking forward for you to see this one. This one, it was fun to film, and purposely have been avoiding all other videos about the Bernat Fab yarn so I could get mine made, and I didn't want it to color my opinions any or feel like, geez, maybe I can't share it because mine might be different than theirs. Like, I've been purposely avoiding all other videos where they're showing it. So the opinions are mine and mine alone. These are just my opinions, but yeah, it's a good one, I think. It was fun to make, and yeah, I love doing the premieres. I haven't done one for a while, but it's fun to do them and be in the chat at the same time it's playing, you all seeing it. So that is out. Let me just double check. See, I uploaded it and did it so long ago that my brain is like, when did we do that? That is out. Friends, we are 1 away from 1,400 subscribers on this channel, by the way. When I started tonight, we were 10 away. You all rock. You all just rock. What am I looking for? Scheduled. That video tomorrow is out. Oh, that's out at 7 p.m. too. Trying a new time because according to YouTube analytics, that's when the majority of you are online for my channel is around 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. So that's why I tried it in the evening versus the morning. So I need to put a reminder to myself to be here in the premiere with you all tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So there's so many comments. I'll just wait. And a lot of you are joining the no buy yarn 2026 and trying to go as long as you can. And a few of you made some stipulations, which is fine. I'm sure there's probably some that I'm going to have to make some stipulations for. Like I said, if it's a present I'm making or somebody orders something, but that's not really buying yarn for me. So that's a little different, I think. Or on replay. So many of you watched the live replay last week, and I appreciate that so much because a lot of people don't, once the lives are done, they don't go back and watch them. So I am so grateful for you watching the replays. And last week's was such a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of a word that doesn't use a bad word. It was such a mess last week. I finally got it figured out, but it wasn't the way I wanted to go, but it eventually worked. But I like the StreamYard better because I can schedule things easier and get things to work. Why are people doing that? No buying yarn. For me personally, it's because I have so much. I have so much yarn. And if we are fortunate enough to find our forever home and move this year, because it is the last time I'm moving, I hope. Lord, I hope. It'd be easier if we didn't have to take as much with us. You know, when you can fill up a good portion of the U-Haul with boxes of yarn, you know you need to use some of it up. So that is why. And for me, oh great, great. For me, it's just I'm trying to go as long as I can. And the pantry challenge on my other channel, again, another shameless plug for Bucket List Homestead. I'm kidding. But the pantry challenge I'm doing over there that I've been doing for years kind of help give me the idea of like, well, maybe like I'll do the same thing. Like instead of going to the grocery store, I won't be going and buying yarn either online or in stores. And maybe it'll help me be a little more creative. And just because I might not have that color or that exact yarn to make this pattern, I do have this color and that yarn. And let's see how it works. So that's why I'm trying to, try not to buy any and trying to use what I have. I really am. I have so much. I have so much yarn. And honestly, I'm still waiting on yarn that I bought at the end of December from Hirschner's that was out of order. And one showed up, the white parfait showed up a couple of days ago, but I'm still waiting on some others, but that has long been paid for. I'm not crazy about that. Like they took the money almost a month ago and I still don't have my product. So hopefully, I think they said that was being restocked the 23rd of January. So hopefully in a couple of days it'll get sent out. And I have specific things for that yarn that I want to make. So I need to get that. So that is why I am trying to go as long as I can without buying yarn. I mean, most everyone has different reasons, but a lot of us have a lot. So we're trying to get through the stash, especially where they keep coming out with new yarn every day, new yarn coming out. I'm also doing the pantry challenge. Yep. To empty my carts. I haven't even gone on the sites other than to check Kirshner's, my order, to see what's going on with that. I purposely did not go. I went right to my account to see my order. I've gotten emails from Mary Maxim, from Premier, from Hirschner's, from Yarn Inspiration, and I've avoided them all. The only reason I know there's new yarns because I do see the email real quick or other social media. I have seen other people talking about the new yarns. So yeah. That's the only reason, but I have not. I've done really well. We were in Walmart a couple of nights ago, and I didn't even go down the yarn aisle. Didn't go near it. Because especially if I say clearance, it's going to be very hard to pass it up. Because I love me a deal. So, oh. I'm almost wishing I had used a size 6 hook on this. How much do I have left? Oh, I think I'm going to have enough to finish this. On this. My son asked me, he says, how do you stay warm in that sweater? It has so many holes, because it's the hexagon granny stitch yarn. And I'm like, you'd be surprised, or pattern. You'd be surprised at how warm I am. Nice and toasty warm in this. And I just have a t-shirt on underneath. And he's like, look at all the holes. And I'm like, it's bulky yarn for one. It is very heavy. Making it was like exhausting because once you got to a certain size, flipping it constantly, it's pretty heavy. And he was just like, I don't know how you stay warm in that. And I do. I stay very warm. So I don't have any problems with that. I will say the lighting, I'm going to hopefully, is that offensive to anybody having that light? Because I just realized I'm trying to crochet in the dark here. Thank you so much. I just finished it. I just debuted it tonight for the first time. I love it. And I think it looks great for Valentine's Day, even though I bought this for Christmas. The yarn was a Christmas yarn. I do look at yarn online, but have actually never bought any. I have too tough yarn before. Touch yarn. Yeah, there definitely is. I like buying the yarns. I know for sure I like, but then sometimes too, when I see some people recommend who I trust, different, YouTubers or whatever who have similar taste or whatever, I will try them. I do have some new ones coming up in another video I'm hoping to make of some new yarns that we're going to try together to see if they're worth the hype. that everybody talked about them and see what we think. And maybe I'll find some new favorites with that. I don't know. Oh, wishing on a farm. I didn't even say welcome for coming in. So thank you for coming in. Jennifer USA, thank you for coming in. I'm not sure what Nope went to. So on your other channel, I was excited to see you were on live. Oh, does it tell you I'm on live on there too when I'm on this channel? Or I did not know that. Yeah, that went out at 6 o'clock today. We ate good last week with the pantry challenge. We ate really good last week. Tonight's supper was a new recipe. So there's a little preview in the next week's video, and it was really good. We really liked it. It was not bad. It was tasty. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely holy. Like there, you can see the skin in my arm. And I don't know about wearing it outside. Like without anything else, I'm sure I would feel it. But nope, your light ain't a bother. Oh, okay, thank you. See, squirrel brain. I forgot I even asked that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have a little more caffeine, Lynn. That will make it better, right? I'm going through my tea too like crazy in this pantry challenge, but I have a lot to go through, so that's okay. And honestly, not going to the grocery store right now is a joy because the prices of everything just depress me. I get angry, I get depressed, I get all worked up and angry because the things we bought 2 weeks ago or heck, things we bought a week ago are higher than they were. Because there are some things we buy during the pantry challenge that I've allowed, but it's just ridiculous. Or the shrinkflation. Oh my gosh. How small are these packages going to get? It's ridiculous. And I'm so tired. Oh, here. I'm going to be ranting here for a second, but I'm really tired of people calling it inflation. It is not inflation anymore. It's just darn right greed. Can we just all agree on that? It has nothing to do with inflation, nothing. These stores are used to getting all these profits they've been getting, these billions of dollars in profits, and they want to keep getting them. So that's what it is. And I'm so tired of it. Just so tired of it. And I worry about people like my in-laws who are on a very fixed income and the cost of the food going up for them and plus their medications they're on and it's a worry. It really, really is a worry. And so not going right now is a joy. I only go when things are on sale that I think we might need that are going to be more expensive in a couple months, or I get some dairy products because we don't have any dairy animals on our homestead right now. So that's things I have to buy. And the kids wanted to go this past week. They had to get a few things, so I went with them. But it's a joy not going right now. Rant over. Oh. I get worked up, I can get going. My husband can attest to that. I'm thinking, I don't know if this stitch was the right one to do for this neck warmer because it does not seem to be growing any. It seems to be taking forever to get wider. That's that stitch. Yep. It seems to be taking forever to get wider. I can't seem to get it any wider. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to discuss with you all tonight on the live, and I cannot remember. I usually write it down, but yesterday was also, it was just so exhausting. Like I literally felt like I had run a marathon. Not that I've ever run a marathon, but I felt the way I think you would feel like after a marathon. I always tell everyone, you see me running, you better run too, because something is chasing me that is very, very scary and I need to get away from it because Lynn doesn't run. I hate running. I've never liked it. Even in my thinner days, I did not like running. I need to finish a sweater for my daughter. I keep messing up. I just finished my son's Christmas present. Literally last week. He thought he was funny. He kept saying, geez, Mom, by the time you get this done, it's going to be too warm to wear it. And I'm like, oh, I'll show you. And I just hunkered down and I finished it. So I got her done. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. And it's not just a Canadian problem. I watch a lot of videos where they're talking about this, not just but they're talking about it in the United States. They're talking about it over in the United Kingdom. They're talking about it in so many countries. It's not just a Canadian problem. It's so bad here. And I just saw something that's saying that there are more Canadians than ever leaving Canada right now. So it's just, yeah. I say to my husband all the time, I don't know how people with, big families, how they're going to keep feeding themselves and their children. We're lucky that the kids are able to buy a lot of their, like, I shouldn't say, I mean, Aiden can buy some. His hours are just so dismal at work. I'm telling you, if you get paid for looking for a job, this kid would be raking in the money. Cannot find a job. He has a job, but it gives him 4 hours a week. And nobody can live on that at all. And he literally, if I were to tell you, he has put in well over 250 emails in the last 18 months to everywhere we can think of within a half hour of us, either direction, north, south, east, and west. It would not be exaggerating. He has tried and tried and tried so many places. But he does purchase what he can, mainly his junk food, because I don't like buying that. So, but he has cut back on that. He didn't like his last dentist visit, and it finally, I think, woke him up. And then Grace, she purchases her food almost entirely on her own. So that is a big help for our family, definitely. And I mean, I preserve, I freeze dry, do everything I can to help keep costs down. But it's scary. It's just absolutely scary, scary times. Very, very scary. My prayers are getting longer every night that I say because of the scariness. My daughter said the same thing. It was terrible. Yeah. And I mean, it's gotten to like, our son tells us, like, this is totally off topic, but our son told us that him and his friends, they talk about these things, how they have no hope of ever owning a home, of maybe never even having children because the cost of living is so high. And I'm like, that's not good. Like he says, we don't ever think it's going to happen, Mom. And I'm like, that's exact opposite of what we need. And yeah, he wants to work, and he wants to work a lot. Like if you give him 40 hours, this kid will work 40 hours. He wants to work, and there's just no work. He has applied everywhere you can think of. He graduated high school last June. He has been working at the Dollar Tree for a little over 2 years, and the only time he gets a lot of hours is Christmas, and he goes in whenever they call him. But I got to say, the people he works with don't call in. A lot of them should call in when they're sick, but I get it. They probably can't afford to miss a paycheck. But because of that, that's why everybody was so sick at their office during Christmas time, or store rather, because a lady came in sick. The second day she was so sick, they actually had to send her home because she was just too sick to be there. But he goes in like every time they can. They've given him as little as a half hour notice. And it takes us about it takes him about 15 minutes to get to work, and he'll take it. He'll go. So it's not that he doesn't want to work. Since November, they have a part-time job, but it's not enough hours. I mean, for like Aiden, it's 4 hours. It's 4 hours a week. That's nothing. That is nothing. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I just have to keep reminding, I have a framed picture in my room that I have that says, give it to God and go to sleep. And I look at it every night, and that's what I do. I'm just, some days are harder. I'm trying really hard to remind myself that, but I just, I just have to. And there are a lot of times I'm out in public somewhere and I'm under my breath, give it to God, give it to God, give it to God. It's just heartbreaking. And as a mom, it's heartbreaking to know so many kids are not eating tonight. It breaks my heart. It really does. So we're luckier than a lot of people. We're blessed. We're fortunate enough, but I work hard and we don't do a lot of other things. So we have, food and aren't worrying about our heating bill this month and stuff. So, I mean, that, I don't want to call them sacrifices, but, there are different things we give up so we can afford those things, which they're not supposed to be a luxury. Heat, food, it's what you need to live. My oldest son, he's struggling with unemployment. My husband helps. It is so scary. Like, love that. Give it to God. Oh yeah, I say it a lot. It is scary. It is so scary. I'm sorry. I can't remember if you told me your name or not. If you did, I apologize. My brain is just, I do not have a memory at all. Between chemo and menopause, it's like I said, it's a wonder if I remember to put pants on every day. But yeah, he worries a lot. Like he worries a lot, and I hate that for him. And like and if he could, he wouldn't be living at home anymore. He'd be out here so fast. He could, but he does worry a lot. And we've told him, Wendy, yes, you did tell me. I apologize because you had the same name as my sister-in-law, Wendy. He yeah, he has a lot of worries, but we've told him as long as we have a roof over our heads, you will always have a roof over your head. So please stop worrying about that aspect. And he's just not sure what he wants to do. Like he just, like he said, he doesn't want to pick something that there's no one hiring. But I mean, I think that's just about every job that out there, they all seem to be suffering. So he wants to make sure he picks something good, because he doesn't want to have a useless degree or whatever he wants to do, a trade, whatever. So he's trying to deal with that. He was thinking about, good night, Mary. So thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Have a great night. He was thinking about paramedic. He's not so sure now because he just talking to some other paramedics and realizing some of the things they have to see often has really made him realize, oh wow, that might not be. So now he's not thinking about that. He might have to join the military. And then we worry because where he has Tourette syndrome, Aiden, for all you don't know, Grace, our daughter, is autistic, and Aiden has Tourette syndrome, which is a neurodivergent, I don't know, I hate to call it disease, condition, I guess. Certainly not to the extreme of Grace's, but it has its own challenges. One of those is dietary issues. So I worry he will starve to death when he's in basic training because of those dietary issues. They'll still take him even with Tourette's. There's certain trades he can do with Tourette's. And we actually know of a few people with Tourette's who are in the military and doing very well. But it's getting to the point, and my husband, he's an over 30-something year veteran of the military. He's still in. He was 30 years full-time, and he's been in the reserves for the last 4 years. I think we're coming up on 5 since he became into the reserves. So it's not that we're not, but it's scary enough being the mom of a soldier or a wife of a soldier without being the mom of a soldier, especially with everything that's going on right now. That's scary. So, but it might be his only option. I don't know. Everyone says, oh, when they're older, it's so much easier. There's so much less stress. Oh, please. It gets worse as they get older. Not less. At least it has been in our situation. At least when they were little, their only worry was, if they could get to have 2 cookies after supper or something. Now they're worrying about whether or not they're going to be able to afford to live. I think I am just about done this skein of yarn. So that's probably going to be a good place for us to shut her down for the night. It's almost 8:30. I'm not a night person. I am a morning person. I get up pretty early and I go, 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 go. And then 1, 2 o'clock hits and I lose my wind, like my energy. That's it. Like I can get a second wind that carries me through to supper time. But for the most part, I'm a morning person. I get more done during the mornings and stuff than I do in the evening, especially this time of year. Winter, man, I just want to stay in my warmest clothes and not move a whole lot. So no, it's not. It's not easier when they're older. There's just other worries that you have, and then being a special needs mom on top of it adds a whole nother layer. That could be a whole nother live that we could talk about how it's exhausting. Like our daughter is 22 and she hates it when I use the words high functioning autism because I guess we're not allowed to use that anymore. But she is to a certain extent. Like she talks, at least to us, but she also has selective mutism, which means her vocal cords actually paralyze. When anyone talks to her that she does not know, or they directly ask her a question, like the words do not come. They do not come at all. She used to communicate with a whiteboard when she had to go to like the dentist or the doctor. I've had to, my husband and I have been her advocate for a very long time. Her voice. I worry. There's a lot of worries that go with that as we're getting older, and the worries that go with that. But there's just days where I'm just so exhausted mentally, just so exhausted mentally. It's a lot some days. Wouldn't change her for the world. Would not change her. I would change the world for her, but I wouldn't change her for the world. But I do wish things were easier for her. Definitely. So thank you all for jumping in. I think at one point we had like 25 people in here at one time. So that is awesome. I appreciate it. I am going to try and think of, I didn't want to make this a structured live. I don't want to have topics. I didn't want to have to worry about special guests. I mean, it might be something I do maybe going forward. I just like chatting with you all, knowing what you're all making. That was a lot of fun to see what you're all making while we're chatting. Gives me a chance to work on, a project while I can, help grow my channel and chat with all of you. So this has been fun. I love it. I've missed going live. I used to do it a lot more often on the other channel, and I have not done it over there in over a year. So I might have to kick in once in a while back over there. We'll see. We'll see how that's going. But it's been a lot of fun. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, new videos coming out. It's a premiere, which means I'll be in the chat with all of you watching it at the same time. And I think it's a good one. I personally think it was a good one. I had a lot of fun making it. So I will see you all there in the chat tomorrow night, and I will see you all next week. And there'll be another video out Saturday too. So busy, busy, busy. Good night, all. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. Have a great week, and bless you all. And we'll see you soon.